Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late April 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here. My guides and spirit team, talk to me. What do we got for my beautiful friends in late April? And yeah, we're just moving into Taurus season. There's still a lot of strong energies going around the zodiac, so let's see what we got for you. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself, and at the very end I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo in late April. We are moving on into May pretty soon. What's going on with my good friends here? Nice. Real quick, that card popped up. Okay. Yeah, there's a big focus of attention here, whether it's on a person or a situation. Maybe you're in somebody's magnifying glass with this card. This is one of the more in-depth oracle cards in this deck. And as you can see by the imagery there, it's pretty intense. Now, before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the April subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about this card a little bit. So, we see this individual looking down at this baby. Now, I don't know if you could see, but there's like purple angel wings. So this can represent spiritual protection because this is meant to be like a guardian angel type of figure. So for some of you, that could be a very simple, straightforward message that you could just take to the bank. You're being protected. You're being watched over. You are not alone. This is a beautiful type of message. But notice that this angel is fully focused on this baby, this creation. So some of you might be manifesting something really big. It might be on the precipice of coming in when this energy is in the mix, but notice the big focus. Okay, so once again, there might be a situation that has taken up the vast amount of your focus. You might be under someone, a specific person's microscope, or you might have someone under yours, like analyzing something, watching. That's kind of a vibe we could pick up from this. But once again, it does have those spiritual undertones, and it can represent protection and being guarded in one way or another. I like it. And for some of you, if you've been purposely manifesting in this time, that's a great card because it could be something coming in for you. We're just going to leave him over there and keep doing what he's doing. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. So let's shuffle it up one time for the beautiful Leos here. And guides, talk to me. And yeah, while we shuffle this up and get it ready, let's talk about last week's reading. There was a lot of movement-based type of energy that I was picking up for you. Now, the reading was titled Big Action Incoming. So whether it was you planning to make a move, take an action, or somebody else you're connected to, it didn't, pardon me, it didn't feel like stuck energy. To me, it felt more like, all right, things are starting to progress. Things are starting to move. So I can't wait to see what shows up for you this week. The cards are jumping here. As you know, every reading, you know, it's not set in stone. So just take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. Let's get you 3. And I have like this frog in my throat that hasn't been here all day. So for some of you, watch out for issues with the throat or issues around communication. Okay, let's get you 1 more and 2 more. All right, we have the 8 of Pentacles, working hard, diligently. This is somebody wanting to give their energy to something. Yeah, exerting energy as well. So this could be action-based too. Let's get a couple more. Let's get a couple more here for Leo. Thank you. Whoa, okay. Ace of Cups, that is a really, really good result that could be coming in for a lot of you. Okay, I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I love the Ace of Cups, specifically in that position. Let's get 1 more. Lady Justice, too. All right, there's something big coming down the pipeline for a lot of Leos, that is for sure. Okay, with the way this energy is stacking up and lining up. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, we have an interesting elemental mix going on. We got earth, we got water, we have some air, we have major arcana. These 2 energies combine for a lot of potential right here in the front end. So I feel like this might be a very positive reading. Even if you're a cross watcher, this could be like a positive result coming your way. especially with this karmic Lady Justice on the back end and then this beautiful Ace of Cups. Let's see though, let's go through, let's build this story out one by one. Position number one, we have the Eight of Pentacles. Now this card often shows up in regards to work things, not always. Now, usually earth energy is extremely grounded. This one's a little bit different, it has a different flavor attached to it because it's an exertion of energy. This card could show up if you're not going through money things, work things, career things, or business things. This is somebody wanting to work on something, wanting to give energy, or is putting action and energy into something. This is artisanal. It's a beautiful, creative type of energy as well. Now, I always say that every card has a positive and a challenge. A challenge of this Eight of Pentacles, it could be someone that doesn't know when to give up on something, somebody that could be a bit of a workaholic. You might need a rest when this card shows up as well. Like maybe you've been doing a little too much when this card is here, and that's okay. Like you might need a little recuperation and recovery. But generally to me, this is one of my favorite cards. It's very positive. And once again, it's action. It's somebody putting energy forth. Okay, now moving to the center is where it gets a little interesting, especially with how they line up and stack up together. We have, say that Ace was even trying to take this Eight of Pentacles with it. So that tells me that these energies are definitely connected in one way or another. Now, aces, every ace represents opportunities. They could represent offers. They could represent new ventures, new tasks, new things coming into our life. So when we tie it with this Eight of Pentacles, a lot of you, this could be a great time to launch a new business or find a new line of work, a new career. Obviously, not every single Leo. Once again, as with all opportunities, they can shrivel. Same thing with offers. It's like limited time only. So there might be something you've been working towards that's about to get plopped in your lap. And it's like, whoa, did this really happen? Do I really have this opportunity right in front of me? Spirit could be serving something up to you on a silver platter. This card often shows up when you got a big win or victory coming in. So we'll see how it all plays out. Now, this card could also represent your emotional well-being, how you're feeling within. It could represent love offers, communications. All aces could be talks and communicating as well. So we'll see what's up. I feel like there's a lot of depth here when we get to this Ace of Cups here in the center. So we will talk about it more. Now, getting to the back end, another card with a lot of depth. We have Lady Justice. For a portion of Leos, you might be connected to a Libra. This is their card. Now, whenever Lady Justice is in the mix, she could represent legal situations. She could represent contractual things. So I always say when she shows up, watch anything that you're putting your signature on. Whether it's a work contract, whether you're buying something for yourself, just read the fine print whenever she's in the mix. Could be weighing decisions, right? Positives and negatives, because she does have the scales. Things coming into a state of balance. But the biggest thing I always say about Lady Justice, she's the biggest karmic card in the whole entire deck. So whether it's a karmic reward of some sort or a karmic cycle or a shift or change that you might be going through, we'll need to get more detail out of her. I mean, sometimes she shows up when somebody's going to get their dose of karma as well. But I'm not necessarily feeling that yet with the surrounding cards that we're picking up here. Because so far it seems like it's all leaning towards the positive. But we're just going to put her down for now. I want to dive deeper on all of it. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, yeah, this deck is jumping. And yes, this is where I go intuitive and clarify for you, my friends, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Pentacles. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Eight of Pentacles time. What's going on for the lovely Leos? Thank you. Okay, something's going to get much easier for a lot of you, which is good. And I feel for a big portion of you, like your hard work or your dedication in regards to something is going to pay off. If not right now, eventually. So Spirit could be telling you, like, listen, what you're focusing on, what you're putting your energy towards, what you are working on could really pay off for you in a very big way. So I like how this energy feels right here in the front. Now, the Five of Swords, I will mention this. And in the upright, it could be a little bit of a cold energy. This could represent mean people. This could represent conflicts and fights, Worst case scenario, it could be narcissistic people that you've been connected to. So when I see it in reverse underneath this Eight of Pentacles, I do feel like, okay, well, something's about to get a whole lot easier for you. Or the troubles, the problems, the situations you've been through are going to culminate and build up to something really beautiful, believe it or not. Now, another portion of you, if that's not the message, if you're having specific issues with a person, they could be trying to keep themselves busy. I mean, you might be in that mode for all I know. With the Eight of Pentacles, Five of Swords in reverse, it's like, I'm not going to pay any attention to this. I'm going to keep myself busy. I'm going to keep myself on task. I'm not worried about it. Once again, watch out for issues in the workspace too. All right, so it could be a lot of different things here. I don't want to overcomplicate the message. I feel like it's come through very cut and dry for you this week, Leo. So either something is going to pay off for you in a really big way, or there's someone keeping themselves busy. Like I said, let's keep moving. Let's move over to that Ace of Cups, because that could all link together. That could all link together. Yeah, and especially for a portion of you, it could be a coworker. I'm getting some funky things up front there. Let's move over to the Ace of Cups. But for the most part, it feels good. I will say that. So why is the Ace of Cups here for Leo? Thank you. Eight of Swords. There could be somebody doubting if something's ever going to happen. There could be somebody that's doubting if something is worth it, if it's ever going to happen. Is this ever going to come in? It's like kind of giving me those vibes. Now, the Ace of Cups with the Eight of Swords, some of you might be going through a couple of romantic things or emotional things at the very least. And there is like this little bit of self-doubt here when I'm picking this up in the middle. Now, once again, I do feel like there's going to be an offer or opportunity coming in for a lot of you, and you might be in the mind space when it happens, like, all right, well, why did I even stress that? Why was I even stressing that? Why am I even stressing this? Like, I got this. This is a really good, confident type of energy that I'm also picking up. Because remember, that's the thing with tarot. These energies could either be really, really positive, or they could be a little bit down in the dumps. It really depends on your perspective. So the Ace of Cups, Eight of Swords, first off, once again, just to repeat, you might be stressed out about some sort of romantic connection or person. Another portion of you could be doubting if something's ever going to happen, if something's ever going to improve. It's, once again, stressed, anxious, nervous type of energy. But I do feel for a lot of you, when all is said and done, especially with the energy we have here, now moving over to here, we'll see what's up with Lady Justice. When something finally culminates, or when you get to the end point of something, it's going to be like, why was I even stressing it? Okay, that's just the vibe I'm picking up. So we're just going to keep moving along. Once again, because another thing I want you to notice, and I've been picking this up with all the fire signs this week, very air heavy. Yes, we have the earth, we have the water, but this is extremely air heavy so far, which could be overthinking. So that's something to watch out for in this time. Let's see what Lady Justice has to say. Then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow. So why is Lady Justice in the mix for the Leos? Quick. Yeah. Okay. All right. If some of you are wondering if Spirit's watching, if the universe has got your back, just know that the universe is keeping track. Okay. I don't know how that fits for some of you in whatever situations you're going through, but just know that it's like the universe is keeping score in one way or another. That's showing up big. Now, once again, air. Look at all these swords. Every clarifier is a sword card. We have Lady Justice and the Queen of Swords. Now, I always say with the Queen of Swords, she is straightforward. No nonsense, no BS. She doesn't play games. She doesn't mess around. Okay, so yeah, if we are talking about matters of the mind, this is someone getting their mind right, getting their mind straight. But this is like the seriousness of these karmic shifts that we're seeing on the back end. Because I see her, if it's not a person or if it's not the things I already talked about, she is stone cold serious. She is not playing games. Okay, so when I see her right here on the back end with this really powerful karmic energy, you should just know that, I mean, we saw it in the very beginning too. Remember, I said this could be like a guardian angel. The universe is keeping score. Okay, so whether you are going through some sort of karmic shift or karmic change in your life, or this is Spirit saying like, listen, they'll get theirs. All right, like, I mean, I know most of this reading was leaning positive, but when I have Lady Justice with the Queen of Swords, it's like, yeah, they're going to get theirs. Like, we're watching. Don't think that we're not. Like, somebody, they're going to get what they deserve one way or another, whether you witness it or you don't. And I know that sounds a bit harsh, but when you have the Queen of Swords with Lady Justice, and that energy could be a little bit harsh. Okay. So, I mean, some of you might be thinking about moving on to the next cycle as well. So I'm getting a lot of different messages streaming through for you. Let's go through. I'll give you a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Lots of different things showing up here, so only take what hits for you. But if you kindly look here in the box, position number 1, we have the 8 of Pentacles with the 5 of Swords in reverse. I did say your hard work or your dedication or the things you're doing will eventually pay off, which is really nice. So for a lot of you, keep that in mind, especially if you're going through a difficult time. Another portion of you, whether this is you or another person, someone could be keeping themselves busy. And like, I'm not thinking about it. I'm not going to think about it. I'm just going to keep my hands busy and that's it. So if you're going through any problems or issues, that could be represented there. The 5 of Swords, yeah, watch out for issues in the workspace as well. Like, it might be time for a shift or a change to something that's not really toxic. Moving to the center, we have the Ace of Cups with the 8 of Swords in the upright. For a portion of you, might be going through a stressful situation in regards to romance or connections. If that is not the case, this does feel a little like wound tight, doubting if something's ever going to happen. Like, or if that's not you, it could be someone you're connected. Like, is this ever going to get off the ground? Is this ever going to happen? It's a little bit of self-doubt. But another thing I was picking up is at the end, when whatever things you're going through reach a certain culmination, it's going to be like, why do I even stress it? There was no point. No point in even stressing this. On to the back end, we have Lady Justice with Queen of Swords in the upright. This is some serious karmic energy showing up here. Now, for a portion of you, once again, if you're wondering if Spirit's keeping notes, if they're keeping tabs of something, they definitely are. And that could be someone saying, like, listen, someone's going to get their dose of karma in one way or another. Don't you worry about that. Like, Spirit's paying attention. Spirit's watching. That's just the energy I'm picking up here in a big way. But once again, some of you, this could just be a very prominent air sign that you're connected to in this time. A lot of these could be around overthinking, so try not to get into that mode. But this is serious karmic energy on the back end. Maybe you're going through the shifts. But yeah, Leo, please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. See what's in the shadows for you, my friends. Okay. Shuffle it up and see what the Leos have in the shadows. Guides and Spirit team. And yes, I always like to pull one of these at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see just yet. Shadow cards don't always have to be a bad thing. They could be really good too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love and appreciation for all my members. I really do. So let's get you one shadow card here. What do we got for Leo, please? Thank you. Queen of Wands, beautiful, confident. This could represent you, obviously. It's fire sign energy showing up as a shadow card. Now, I know a lot of Leos in my personal life. Leos are generally extremely confident individuals. They portray an air of confidence, right? Like, even if they're not really feeling confident, like we saw here in the center. We're all human, right? And we do have our ups and our downs. And when I see the Queen of Wands in the shadows, it could be something around your self-worth. Well, I don't know if it's something you're questioning or there's something you're not really super confident in when this is in the shadows. For a portion of you, this could be you thinking of making some really big changes in your life when this shows up as a shadow card. But one thing I want to mention about the Queen of Wands, even in her shadow sense, she's beautiful, she's powerful, she's a really sexy type of energy, okay? Not gender specific, of course, as well, but for some of you, this could literally be Spirit saying, listen, you're going to get your groove back, or this is you feeling that energy starting to reemerge, which can be really, really nice. So we're just going to put her down right there, Leo. I think that was a good shadow card, and that's what I have for you this week. So don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the April subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you could check out my digital calendar and schedule at mastermetaphysics.com. And if you got your name in for the March subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on April 1st. But for the April subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot in Wonderland. It's one of my favorite decks. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you had to switch your zodiac sign, which sign would you choose to be out of the whole 12? So if you do that, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. And I'll see you soon.